So did you know that there's a secret tunnel under Beechworth? And it's literally full of gold.
Before I show you the secret tunnel, it's worth mentioning that it sits very close to another significant site worth checking out.
That is Newton Falls in Beechworth, Victoria, and it is an amazing piece of gold rush history. Let me give you a quick overview. This here is not a natural creek. This is a sluice box that runs out of what is called Pennyweight Flat. It sits directly behind the bridge here. Pennyweight Flat was where gold was first discovered in Beechworth, and this here is exactly what I was talking about when they worked Pennyweight Flat.
Pennyweight Flat gets its name from the amount of gold you can find in each pan, 1 pennyweight. We'll touch over 1.5 grams of gold in every pan.
Apparently today it's just a place for the youth to throw their bottles over the bridge and lose their thongs. That is one deep tail race, and it had to be that deep because 100% of the ground here and for many kilometers back into those hills, they literally stripped 100% of the soil and pushed it through that hole in the ground. And in 1875 they commissioned this bridge to go over the top of it. It was the largest Keystone Bridge built in the southern hemisphere. I think it was actually the world at the time. Literally not a single bit of mortar used to hold it together, and it all hinges on that rock. The intrusive thoughts are winning. I kind of want a sledgehammer. And believe it or not, this bridge doesn't have a single piece of mortar in it. The thing that holds it up is friction from that keystone right there. But today is not about that bridge, it's about the secret tunnel that runs under Beechworth. This discharge port here once ran a tannery as well as a timber mill, and they were having mad problems with a lot of sluice tailings coming down this creek and destroying the water, because Pennyweight Flat wasn't the only place that was discharging sluice tailings into the water course. There was also the Lake Sambal mining operation that was operated by the Rocky Mountain Mining Corporation. Hello! We've had so much rain in the northeast over the last 12 months that it literally attempted to wash away the 1800s bridge that's downstream. So now you can't drive down there. But luckily for me and Miss Fern back there, we can walk. And the tunnel is just behind those trees there.
This is the only photograph I could find of the Rocky Mountain Tunnel under construction. You can see a lot of infrastructure here, including water races and a water wheel that help the miners rework the Spring Creek field at a later date. You can also see a large amount of coarse granite tailings tipping out of the front of the mine. You'll be able to see those and the remnants of them here in a second.
The Rocky Mountain Tunnel. When I was a kid, you were able to actually get into this place, but now they've got a grate over the front of it simply because it's too dangerous. And the recent floods, the sheer volume of rock that's slumped off the face of that granite is amazing. None of that was there prior to the floods this year. Construction on the Rocky Mountain Tunnel started back in 1876, but it wasn't completed for 2 years at the cost of £13,500. Although that tunnel was originally made to take sluice tailings out of the Rocky Mountain Mining Corporation's Lake Sambal operation, they actually discovered several quartz reefs running through there, and it ended up producing over 6,000 ounces of gold, which means creating this tunnel, which was meant to cost the Rocky Mountain mining operation money, ultimately ended up making them millions of dollars. Now, I would love to take you over there, but right now access is proving very difficult. What I can do though, what I can show you is where that tunnel comes out. This is the Chinese Gardens in Beechworth, and they sit directly at the base of the dam wall. And these gardens here are part of the sluice tailings discharge system. In fact, this wall's currently holding back a massive amount of water from where they were mining gold. This entire lake was formed from a hydraulic mining operation from the Rocky Mountain Mining Corporation. And man, this is a lot prettier than when I was a kid. This was just like a muddy wall, and then it started leaking one day and this dam was gonna go. It was scary times for the people of Beechworth. If a fly has what? Would you just finish your vandalism so I can get some closure on this? And that right there is the entrance of the tunnel. As the crow flies, that tunnel goes over 800 meters directly under the township of Beechworth. Most people don't even know it's there, nor do they know it's responsible for producing over 6,000 ounces of gold, and more importantly, carrying away the tailings from multiple gold mining operations just outside the township.